FM, all good, mate.
What's up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you so much for your patience. Sorry that took so long to get started. I had loads of setup to get done for the stream, but we are live now. Welcome. It's a very special day, guys. We've got the man, the myth, the legend. We've got Mr. CyclicHotline sitting in the front seat, who is a Rio Air ambulance pilot in the United Kingdom with a huge amount of experience. So I'm really looking forward to doing a flight with him. He's flown the Apache before, but he's just looking to kind of ramp up his experience in the front seat. So yeah, any questions that you've got for him during the stream, if you type them into the chat, and I will relay them, and when we get a chance to fire some questions forward to Cyclic, he has very kindly said that he is more than happy to answer any questions from the chat about his job, the aircraft that he flies, what his day-to-day kind of business is like, and what kind of rescues he does and things. Just anything really involved with being an air ambulance pilot in the UK. Welcome to Nuts is in the house. We got Cade is, I don't know how to say that, brother. Sorry. Good morning to you. K Design is in the house. Connor's in here. I love this guy. Welcome, Connor. The man, the myth, the legend, Skitsy has come amongst us. Welcome, Skitsy. Wheaty's in the house as well. Empty Pockets is here. Revelation, Zeus, Toby, and Darren from the Bay. There's the greatest and the good has joined us, guys. Welcome on board. All right, I will introduce you guys to Cyclic if you want to say hello, sir.
Morning, everybody.
He is, yeah, I think, is this your first time flying with someone else in the back seat? Have you only done stuff with George before?
Yeah, that's right. I've never done any of the multi-crew stuff in DCS, actually. It's the first time.
Alright, nice one. Alright, well, fingers crossed this is going to go okay. We are in the 104 server, which tends to be a bit more stable than the the grey flag servers. Hopefully saying that's not going to come back and bite me in the ass. But what I'll do is I will just get ready to get started here. The doors are closed. So last time we spoke, Cyclic, you told me that you were kind of happy with the actual startup of the aircraft and stuff. So I'll just get the aircraft started, and if you want to start getting the front seat set up, and then we can start talking about who's doing the waypoints.
Yeah, we'll do. For front seat setup, I'm not sure how much there is to do. With the old single player stuff, you're almost always starting it from the rear. Yeah,
so really just basically just getting the TADs up and running, and then making sure your laser's armed and stuff like that. But we'll cover that as we go through.
Roger.
Alright, I'm bringing in the power now. Hey Beyond, good to see you again. Sorry, the notifications were muted there, bro. I will play that again for you.
We are family. Trigger map bullet than me.
Alright, we're up. I'll go ahead and start the engines. We'll grab that foresight. Oh, grabbers! Grab you, mon! Right off the bat, dude. Thank you so much for the gifted tier 1 to Beyond. Beyond, welcome back to the Captain's Club, courtesy of that sexy Scottish buster, Mr. Grab You Mon, aka Smallcoy, aka Smalls. Welcome. Great to see you again, brother. I hope you're well. Alright, engines are looking good. Let's go for power.
Rotor RPM low. Rotor RPM low.
Right, APU can go. And we'll go ahead and rearm now. Looks like we need to get onto a rearming pad, so I will come back and do that in a sec.
Rolling. 9 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 2 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing, 2 o'clock, searching. Fixed wing, 8 o'clock, searching.
Alright, selective jettison is armed. Alright, Cyclic, I'll just move us over to the rearm pad and we'll get some weapons and head out. Hey, Ross.
Roger.
Fixed wing, 8 o'clock, searching.
Alright, wind is coming from the right.
Fixed wing, 9 o'clock, searching.
It's quite nice being a passenger princess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't sit in the front very often. I do enjoy it though. But I'm quite happy being the missile taxi driver. I don't mind. Because basically that's all it is. With it, when we're using the FCR birds though, it does increase the front seat workload. I can get a little bit more done to keep me occupied, but I don't mind being the missile taxi driver. Alright, we're in. Let's see if I can get these weapons now. Hey, here we go. Alright, what we'll do is we'll go with all kilos, alright? So the Lima Hellfire is quite hit and miss sometimes. I don't really like taking it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a conglomerate of FCR to laser guided weapon work today.
Request rearming. Copy.
Alright, how are you, Cyclic, with doing the waypoints?
I still got him. He's still back there. Come on, man. Do some of that pilot shit.
Hey, Cat Weasel, thank you so much for the Prime, sir, for 2 months. Dude, thank you for the continued support. Welcome.
Refueling complete.
Darren, you just need a good mission to get your teeth into, brother. That's all that is, bro. Once you get contributing to the mission, you'll be living the dream. Alright, Cyclic, you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Yep. How are you with inputting the waypoints? Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, I'm not too bad at it.
Alright, so do you want to go ahead and drop a waypoint on our current position? I see you put a waypoint 1 in there. Oh no, that's bullseye. So if you want to drop a waypoint on our current position, that'll be like waypoint 2, that'll probably come in as... Let me go to the route page. Yeah, we've already got Whiskey 1, which is bullseye. We have the FCR, I'll go ahead and unpin that. Was the gun selected burst to all and the range to auto. Retains the channels to mic and change the code to mic as well. Right, so what one you do, Cyclic, if you can do, is put in a waypoint for Chabanard. And now we'll just check in with the boys and see what they are doing. Jedi 1-1 radio check 243.
Clear.
Loud and clear. Hey, boss.
Hey guys, good morning. Happy birthday to Raccoon.
Thank you.
Guys, Raccoon is streaming also at the moment. It's his birthday, so make sure you pop over to his channel and say happy birthday. What objective are you guys targeting? Hey Pete.
Bandar Lenge.
Bandar Lenge, roger. What's the situation over there? Is there still lots of targets?
A-firm, we are operating on that SA-11, but it should be almost dead.
Copy. Alright, we'll go ahead and transit over to Bandar Lenge and get involved in.
Nice.
Alright, Cyclic, when you can, dude, if you can put in a waypoint as well for Bandar Lengi. Do you know how to get the coordinates for it? Like using the left alt and click?
Yeah, I'm just putting it in now. What do you want the waypoint called?
Just anything, mate. Just waypoint. So just anything. Just waypoint will be fine. You don't need to worry about that. But we're going down to Kang, the one to our southeast. Hey, what's up, Apache Pit? Welcome.
Map, there is a single assailant launcher here. I've strafed it twice, so I don't think it's going to go active, but it's still down here over by this dock in the east part of the
Roger that. Alright, we're just lifting from the FARP now. We'll probably be 10 or 15 minutes before we get there.
Red.
Alright, Cyclic, I'm going to go ahead and get us airborne now.
Man pads and AAA.
Roger, waypoint should be available.
Thank you very much. Alright, so now if you go to the... so have you've added in using point, yeah?
FM?
Okay, so if you want to go to the route page now, and then type in, like, once you're en route, go to add, and then press the button above that, which will say, like, what, it's a question mark, it'll say, what do you want to add? And then, so if you've called it, like, waypoint 2, type in whiskey 2 on the keypad, and then press enter, and you'll see that whiskey 2 comes up above the button that says add, box whiskey 2, and then insert it onto the route on the right hand side. Let me know if you get stuck.
Roger, give it a shot.
Right, rotor RPM is holding 101%, engine looks good. Clear on both sides. He's on his day off today, Flying Pete, so there's hopefully there's no chance of him getting called out for a scramble.
Waypoint should be added, just let me know if that's correct.
Alright, one sec. No, I don't see it. So what I'll do is I'll walk through... So press route on the TSD.
Yep.
And then on the top left you'll see add. Click add. And then click the question mark above it. It'll say point question mark. Click that. And then look down at your keyboard unit. Type in whiskey 2. And then press enter. And you'll see that that question mark changes from a question mark. It'll say waypoint 2.
Yeah, I think it's in as waypoint 1, but yeah, I think I've got it.
Right, okay. Well then, so if it says waypoint 1 in that top left hand corner, press that and then see what it says end on the right hand side. Just click either above or below end and it'll insert it into the route.
It doesn't seem to be doing.
Alright, bear with me 1 second, I'll get us trimmed out and I'll have a little look. My game is really
I've got it
subtle.
currently on my screen as a direct to.
What does it say? Does it say, have you got kilometres on your screen or nautical miles?
Excellent question, well phrased. 5k.
Wing, 6 o'clock, searching.
5k, right, okay, so that,
Fixed wing, 5 o'clock, searching.
I'm not sure where that waypoint will be then. Alright, what I'll do is I'll pop it in and I'll just talk you through what it is I'm doing. You can kind of press the buttons and just follow me through, okay?
Roger.
So I am dropping the coordinates down for the waypoint on F10. And I'm going to go to point on the TSD. And now I'm going to go to add. And then above add, it wants me to ident which it is. So I'm going to press ident waypoint. And now I'm looking at my keyboard unit. And I'm pressing enter to get past ident, enter again to get past the free text. Now I type in the MGRS, which is 40 Romeo Bravo
Fixed wing, 10 o'clock,
Quebec.
searching.
And then we
Fixed
take the
wing,
first
10
four.
o'clock, searching.
So the full readout is 91033, but we only need 91033 because we just take the first 4. And the next set of numbers again is 540712, but we only need the first 4. So I type in 71, not 17, and then press enter. And now it comes up as the altitude to check in for 32 feet, and that checks, so I'll press enter again. And now on the top right it says Whiskey 2.
Check altitude.
Yeah, I got it. And now I'm going to box above where it says add. It now says point weight Whiskey 02. I will then go to route, add, click on the question mark above add, come down to the keyboard unit, type in Whiskey 2 to tell it that, hey, I want to add in the waypoint 2 that I just put in. I'm going to press enter, and now above add it'll say Whiskey 02. I box that, and then just where it says end on the right hand side, I press it there, and it then inserts that into the route. And now if I go to route,
Roger, understood.
direct Whiskey 2, and that gives us the. So now if you do, you see that it's still got kilometers. So if you press the mode switch, which is the button on the right of TSD, and then press FLT for flight, and then press set, and then you'll see kilometers there next to where it's got flight boxed. Press that and it'll change to nautical miles. And you'll see that we're 40.8 nautical miles from the target.
Sorry, mate. What was it after set?
You'll see just to the left, a couple of buttons left of set, it'll say km for kilometers.
Ah, yeah, got it. Thanks, mate.
Yep, boxed. So I always fly on nautical miles because no one's using kilometers. My game is really stuttery. Hey Rafik, welcome. Hello to Ross. And Lily the Princess is in the house as well. Welcome, guys.
Searching.
Right, brother, so what I wanted you to do while we are heading in is get your TADs up and running.
Yeah, so it's all on for now.
Perfect. Alright, so see if you go to the weapon page and then go to utility and make sure that the laser is armed. So you'll see a little option that says laser, and it'll have a circle with a hole in it. Just box that circle and it'll become like a full solid circle.
Roger, done.
Nice one. Alright, what I want you to do next is get the... Can you move the TAD's camera? Can you move that around? There you go, perfect. Alright, so what we're going to do now is what we call a big box check. You might have heard me say this on stream before, so I want you to look in front of us, just to any bit of terrain that's in front of us that's within 10 kilometers, and turn the laser on, but select the Hellfire.
7 o'clock. Searching.
There you go. So you see your little boxes come up. If you move the TADs to the left a little bit so it's in the center, and then fire the laser. Alright, we have small box.
Yeah, my hotkey for the laser isn't working.
Roger. Alright, I'll let you troubleshoot that. It's alright, we got like 19 minutes till we get there, so. I'm probably going to have to restart DCS after this sortie. My game has just got loads of micro stutters. So when you boxed the laser, did the circle go like a full solid circle?
Hawk.
Hey, firm, I'm just going back in to have a look.
Searching.
Roger.
Hawk. 4 o'clock. Searching.
If it's a circle with a black hole in it, it means that the laser is not armed.
Yeah, it is showing as armed, and I don't have any conflict with my HOTAS bind or anything, so it's a bit strange, but I'll see if I can do something.
Right, okay, doke. Try and re-was the Hellfire. There you go. So I think it was master arm.
Yeah, working.
Nice one. Right, so where the Hellfire was, look out a little bit in front of us and then fire the laser and confirm that you get a big box in the front. I see big box in the back.
Confirmed.
Nice one. Alright, so that's what we call a big box check, just to make sure that we have the code set and the channel are set on the same frequency, so the weapon sees the laser and we know that we don't have any problems with our laser. There's no point in flying 40 miles to get there and find out that the laser's bugged and the weapon can't see it.
So are all these Hellfires that we're carrying radar Hellfires? Is that the plan, or?
No, negative. They're all laser Hellfires.
Roger.
So I've changed the code and the channel that the Hellfires are looking for to 1111, just so we can deconflict with any other assets that are going to be working in the area, because normally everybody else is on 1688.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like 15 minutes until, well, less than 15 minutes until we get in a firing position. So what we'll do, we'll just go over some kind of good CRM stuff for when we are operating Apache. So you know what your acquisition source is, yeah?
FM?
Alright, so when we are flying, you should always have the acquisition source set to PHS for pilot helmet sight. So anytime that, we've got some traffic going to buzz us now, there it is. Anytime that I say slave to me, you are going to physically say slaving. Alright, so...
Slaving, yeah.
And then as soon as the camera stops moving, press the slave button again, because if I need you to slave to me, I've got to look at what I'm looking at. And then as soon as... if I have to keep looking at what I want you to look at because you're still slaved, I can't look forward to see where we're going or anything like that if I'm looking out to the side. So if I say slave... press the slave button, and then as soon as the camera stops, press the slave button again, and you see how your view will stop there.
Gotcha.
Now, one of the things we're going to do today...
So basically it's just slave, yeah, slave to you, slaving, and then I unslave it straight away.
Yeah, as soon as the camera stops moving, 'cause that just makes the backseater his life a little bit easier, because, like I said, if you don't press slave again, I have to keep looking at what I want you to look at so that you can see it in the camera.
Gotcha.
Another good kind of quality of life thing for the guy in the back is every time you go to fire a weapon, obviously call firing to me first, but try and remember to call out the range of the target that you're going to shoot at. The reason for that being is that if I'm concentrating on flying the aircraft and our situational awareness, I don't always have the opportunity to be looking at the range of the target that you're shooting at. And if you're shooting at a tank, for example, and we're inside 4 kilometers, 3.5 kilometers, if you say firing 3.4 kilometers, that tells me straight away that we're inside his WES for the anti-tank missile, and I have to be further away from the target that you're shooting at.
Roger, got it.
Have a safe trip, Skitsy. Thanks for lurking, brother. Another thing that we'll cover on this flight is linking the FCR to the TADS. So what I can do is I'll operate the radar in the back seat, and when we find some targets, I will link the TADS up to the FCR, and then what you're going to do is you're going to change your acquisition source from PHS to FCR, and then press the slave button, and that's going to slave your TADS camera to whatever the FCR has as our NTS target. NTS stands for next to shoot, and what I can then do is I can cycle my NTS button on my end, and it's basically going to slave the camera over to all the different targets that the FCR can see, and then we can engage them with the laser Maverick. It's a really useful tool.
Yeah, understood. I haven't done a lot of the FCR stuff personally, so yeah, be good.
Yeah, it's the FCR is the best part about the Apache now, especially operating with the C-scope. It actually overlays all the targets onto the HMD, so when you look around you can physically see where all the radar returns are for the enemy units. Hey Warhawk, welcome back. Alright guys, we have about 12 minutes until we get to a firing position. If you guys have any questions for Cyclic, if you're just joining us, Cyclic Hotline in the front seat is a real-world air ambulance pilot. He is currently flying the Augusta 109 helicopter in England. He flies around about the Midlands at the moment. He's stationed not too far from where I live, actually. I've probably seen him flying around. You probably flew over my house quite a few times. I always want to send you a message when I see the 109 going over and say, dude, are you flying today? So if you have any questions, guys, please type them in the chat, and while we're in the transit, I will pass your questions on to Cyclic, and yeah, he can answer them for you. So any questions about what it's like to be an air ambulance pilot? Any questions about the aircraft he flies? Any notable rescues that he's done? Anything like that, guys? Keep them coming in the chat. Hey, Snebbers!
I've any extra information from air ambulance wise, currently on the 109, but I have flown EC145, AW169 and MD902 in HEMS and a bunch of other stuff in oil and gas as well.
Nice. A highly trained professional.
Semi-professional.
Thanks for lurking, Daz. Right, I believe the guys are already attacking this target, so the high digit SAM should be out by the time that we get there. We have less than 10 minutes till we're in a firing position. You can actually see the smoke coming up on the horizon now.
Visual with that.
Do you have your image auto track buttons bound?
I do, but I'm pretty terrible at following them.
Right, okay, no worries. So that's something we'll work on for today. For the first couple of shots, we'll just do like an untargeted view. So basically, you're just going to manipulate the TADs to keep the laser on the target. I'll be in the hover when we fire, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But at some point today, we'll run through the IAT stuff, because that really is a lifesaver, especially when we're manoeuvring the aircraft. That's a really great way to make sure the target's properly lit. Carbonated Badger is asking Cyclic, are most air ambulance pilots from a military background, or do you see roots from other backgrounds as well?
Fixed wing, 10 o'clock, searching.
I'd say that's probably how it used to be. Now you're probably looking at more civvy pilots than military pilots these days. A lot of reasons for that, but a big one being the military pilots just don't have the experience when they finish their career to meet the minimum requirements to do the job. And I don't think that the industry is any worse off for it. I think a really healthy mix is important. To have the civvy guys bring stuff, the military guys bring stuff. Having it too much in one direction actually doesn't really benefit sort of the industry as a whole.
So that's quite a surprising answer, dude. I wasn't expecting that. What is it that the military pilots are lacking in terms of experience? Because I'd assume that they get a lot of flight time. Like someone from the Army Air Corps, for example, would get a lot of flight time on their airframe.
Yeah, that's not the case anymore. I think when we were at war, guys were getting lots of flight time. I used to fly with a lot of ex-Apache guys who would regularly do over 1,000 hours in a year flying out in Afghan and Iraq. But now I'm meeting guys that are leaving the military after a 15-year career. They've done 15 years flying Apache and they've got 700 hours.
Oh my god, that's horrific, dude. That is horrific.
So they need to. They've got great experience, they've got great training, but they need to go somewhere first, an hour build, before they can maybe go into an air ambulance role.
Right. Wow, dude, I probably get more than 700 hours in the Apache and DCS. in a year, in a week.
Yeah, so it is a shame, because it means that some of the military guys now that they struggle to see a viable career in civil aviation, which is a real shame.
Yeah, that's insane.
I will preface all this with I am a filthy civilian pilot.
Yeah, so do you want to talk just a little bit about your route to getting to where you are?
Yeah, sure. I consider myself really fortunate on timing, which is quite a lot in aviation. I knew I wanted to be a helicopter pilot, specifically an air ambulance pilot, since I was sort of a teenager, really. Tried the military route, didn't work out for a number of reasons, but then ended up going to the US years ago and training out in America in an integrated course back when it was $2 to the pound, so it was a lot cheaper than doing it nowadays. And then was lucky enough to get picked up by the North Sea a few years later. Did my hour building there, and since I left the North Sea about 7 years ago, I've been doing air ambulance all over the UK.
Was it Bristol you flew for, or Bond, North Sea?
Yeah, I flew for Bristow. Started out on the Super Puma, which is a great cab, but it does have a bit of a reputation.
Yes.
Got most of my time in the AW139, and towards the end of my time in the North Sea, I flew the S92, the shed with wings.
Fantastic. Can you still remember your first Hems rescue?
SA-11, 12 o'clock, searching.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, quite vividly remember the first one. It was. Yeah, it's always a bit of a crapshoot what you go into, but it was quite a graphic one to go to your first. I'll say that much.
Alright, we are being painted by an SA-11 somewhere straight in front of us, so the boys have not managed to take that out. I'll just check in with them. Jedi 1-1, 11 miles from the Bandar Lenge target. We are being painted by SA-11, guys. What's the situation on that?
Roger that, just took off from Kish. Be over there in a moment.
Roger. Where's the other Viper pilots? Alright, brother, if you want to slave to me, remember de-slave as soon as you can. There you go. And
Yeah, done. I think I found the SA-11s just left of the.
Oh, right, shit, on you go. Sorry.
down.
Yeah, if you want to go back to them then, sorry.
No stress.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, that's some kind of launcher anyway. Hey, Big Ben Jones, brother, thank you so much.
And what a chat to have this Monday morning.
Hey, yeah, dude, it's a great stream. Yeah, unbelievable. We got a real air ambulance pilot sitting in front of us. Thank you so much for the tier 1 for 13 months.
Looks like 3 launcher units. Don't know where the radar is. Could be built.
Copy.
1 truck, 1 tank.
Roger. Alright, so at this stage what I'm doing is referencing where you're targeting, and I'm looking around for any terrain that I can use to mask the aircraft, and as we creep closer. The SA-11 has stopped painting us, so I'm happy to stay at this altitude for now. We'll try and just creep forward and get that in range and then take him out. I'm going to fire up the radar and start sweeping in front of us with C-scope, and I'll let you know if we get any hits come up, and then I'll just call slave to me if I get anything that comes up, and if you just slave, de-slave, and then let me know what it is you can see.
Roger, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Banana? Welcome on YouTube. Yeah, we have, yeah, dude, so this is my good friend CyclicHotline, who's been a great supporter of my channel for a long time now. He kind of first stumbled across the channel years ago when I was flying on X-Plane doing Hems in London, and he's been a great help to me. He's given me lots of advice, and when I've started my real-world pilot training as well, he was very supportive and giving me lots of pointers and advice as well. So it's been a long time coming getting this guy in the aircraft. This is his first time flying multiplayer. I see you, Ella. This is his first time flying multiplayer in DCS, getting flown by somebody else. So yeah, it's a new experience for us both. If you have any questions, Banana, about what it's like to be an air ambulance pilot, or any questions about the aircraft that he flies, please don't hesitate. Cyclic is more than happy to answer your questions. Alright, brother, look back at that SA site and then just keep firing the laser every now and then and see if we get a... As soon as it's inside 10 kilometers, we can hit it.
Roger.
Looks like one of our guys has hit something. I've got a nice little mound I can hide behind if this guy turns his radar on and starts having a go at us.
Yeah, I think only 2 of the launchers are still active, looking at them.
Roger.
Oh, they're a bit closer.
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Lily the Princess asks, what
Someone's
would be,
taken out the tank.
Roger, what would be a rough cost and amount of time needed to get enough hours and certifications to become an air boo-boo bus pilot, an air ambulance pilot, I think she's saying. That's quite a difficult question to answer, isn't it?
Well, the initial cost is you getting your licenses, which, depending on aptitude, ability, time, to get a commercial license, you're probably looking over £100,000 nowadays, unfortunately, unless you get a scholarship. But to actually get the experience required to get air ambulance,
RWR
it's
HCS indications down there.
it's actually laid out in the regulation what you require. So you probably have at least a 6-7 year career doing something else before you'll be ready.
That's what you're saying.
Jedi. Alright, brother, have a look at. I got an FCR hit now. Have you slaved to me? Just down a little bit where that smoke is. So that one's dead. If you look to the right of that one, there's another FCR hit there. I think he is smoking, but he's not dead. That guy there.
Also smoking, yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to, what's the range to him?
5k.
Alright, so you want to just, I'll bring us into a hover if you want to go ahead and do your thing. Now, this might be a bit difficult because you're not using IAT or LMC, but just keep obviously the laser on him and fire when ready. And let me know when you're ready to fire. Jedi 1-1 rifle. Alright, it looks like you're drifting a little bit. Have you got it on the tank? We might just be desynced. Are you looking right at the tank now? There you go. So keep the laser on him. Actually just lays the body of the tank. There you go.
Yeah, there it's gone. I think I probably got quite bad bindings for trying to keep the thing moving at the same time.
Right, okay, so this is a really good reason why we need to bind up the IAT. So what are you using for the TDAC? How are you moving the camera around?
So I've got waterhole HOTAS, and I'm just using the lower hat.
Right, okay, so what, do you have any buttons bound for IAT yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, bear with me a second, I will let you know what these buttons are called. So if you want to go into your adjust controls.
Yeah.
So to get the IAT lock to go on, hold on one second.
Yeah.
You need to bind, if you go to search and just type in IAT/center, or if you just do IAT/, and
yeah, I actually would have had it bound, I've just forgotten it, not
right,
used it, so I've
right.
now got a little box around the tank, yeah.
Okay, so next one, you make sure you have the one below that bound, which is OFS center. Alright, I see you have a good IAT lock on that. So basically, once we get an IAT lock on a target,
yeah, I got them.
The TADS is just going to stay laser locked on that. So you don't need to worry. When I start moving, you don't need to worry about manipulating the camera. So if you want to fire, so press and hold the laser. Don't let the laser come off, and fire when ready. Jedi 1-1 rifle T-72 that's smoking.
Firing 5k.
Alright, weapons away and climbing. And Shaq, nice one. First kill, dude, from the front seat. Sit with multi-crew. Awesome.
That is so much easier than the shit.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Right, so what you need to do now is press the OAT, the other one. That's it. There you go, man. So zoom out, and we'll find the next target for you.
Slave
Slave to me.
Showing up on the HAD yet.
Slaving and unslaving.
Alright, zoom in and check him out, see if he's alive or dead. He is dead.
Super dead.
Alright, slave.
Slaving.
Alright, brother, find the SA-11 launcher that's over there. See if you can get an IAT lock on him, tell me what the range is, and then fire.
Range 6k, firing.
Alright, laser on. Jedi 1-1, rifle, SA-11 launcher. I'll bring up this camera chat so that you can see what it is that Cyclic is looking at in the camera. A little bit better than you can just by me looking at my view.
3 o'clock. Searching.
Nice. Oh, that's an SA6.
Map, that was an SA-6 launcher. The 11 is back by the dock over by the coastline.
Explain. 5 o'clock.
Alright, what's the reference from the large smoke for the SA-11?
Large smoke to the east from your target that you just shacked. It is like due south.
Alright, slave to me, Cyclic.
1 and 8, Pickle, BMP.
Slave and unslaved.
What's that target on the right? Oh, I think that's who,
BMP.
yeah, just cease fire on him. I think that's who Raccoon's targeting. Alright, I'm going to just bring us up a little bit. If you want to see if you can find another target, just have a little look around.
Searching.
John Donovan on YouTube is asking Cyclic, how many hours a month do you log now as an air ambulance pilot? That's a great question.
Explain.
It's really low hours, air ambulance. The busiest place I've ever been was Wales. That's about 300 hours a year. The quietest, Lynx knots, about 100 hours a year. So yeah, it's a real. Summers are really busy. Winters are quieter. I'd probably estimate, yeah, maybe 20 to 30 in a busy base.
Roger.
It's not a lot.
Alright, slave.
Slave.
Right, check just the other side of those buildings as we climb up. Just scan left and right.
Will do.
I'm just climbing slowly, so we should unmask anything that's hiding behind there. So a really good habit to get into, dude, is not to look too zoomed. So see if you take medium zoom now, if you zoom out a little bit. Have you only got your
That's
two?
the back zoom, unless I go flare.
Yeah. So you should have some more zoom options. You should have 3 zoom levels, but Flir's good enough. Yeah, the good thing to do when we're looking for targets, a really good habit to get into is be in that view, do a quick scan left and right, and then when you get any hits, just zoom back in and identify that. You can actually go, if you, I don't know what your zoom buttons are, but there's another zoom in Fleur that's just a little bit more zoomed than that, but still quite zoomed out. Right, switch to TV and identify that target.
Explain. 5 o'clock. Searching.
That guy there. Oh, that's
Just a car.
Civilian car, Roger.
Explain. 6 o'clock. Searching. Explain. 6 o'clock.
Alright, slave again.
Slave.
And zoom right in, there's something there. I think that's the guy we're looking for. Go daytime. That's the guy. Right, go ahead and hit him. Jedi 1-1 visual on the SA-11 launcher. We're going to engage. So remember, say firing and give me the range. Jedi 1-1
Firing
rifle.
7k.
Explain. 11. Searching. Explain. 11 o'clock. Searching.
Captain Rafal says that's not a lot in France. It's around 600 hours. Wow. You must have, well, I think a lot more people live in France, and maybe there's not as many helicopters. I think there's quite a lot of air ambulances in the UK, isn't there? Good hit.
Yeah, so the UK has got more coverage of air ambulance than any country in the world.
1 and 8, BMP.
So in comparison to France and stuff, it's not uncommon for the next air ambulance base only to be 20 miles, 30 miles down the road. So our leg times are regularly 20 minutes or less. We've got quite an extensive hospital network as well, which means that we've got less to do, less far to go to fly patients, and our clinical sort of profile of how we treat patients is also very different than the rest of Europe.
And also, we don't have the same kind of mountain. We don't have as many mountains. Like, they've got the Alps and stuff running through there, which I'm sure they get a lot of people coming through. All right, Slave. All right, zoom out a little bit, just a little bit. Ah, these two are dead. I was hoping to. I want to try and find 2 targets that are alive next to each other. See that one that's smoking? Hit him, because he's still.
1-8 targeting rearming truck at the SA-11 side.
Firing 6,700.
Jedi 1-1 rifle SA-6 launcher. Alright, so we fired there without having big box, so I don't think that is tracking. And we do have big box now, so if you just keep the laser on, the missile might find it. Carbonated Badger's asking, what's with the higher hours in Wales, coastal and Brecons, Black Mountains and Snowdonia influences? Question mark. Good shot, dude.
Yeah, basically exactly that, mate. Much longer legs, much larger area to cover, but much more remote population that are far from help, much less likely to get an ambulance come to them. Loads of things.
Fixed wing. 1 o'clock. Searching.
Jedi 1-1 on TAC. Any idea where the man-pad teams are, guys?
He was on the easternmost village, on the western half of it, still towards the middle. There's also a Shilka in there somewhere.
Jedi. Alright, so in this village somewhere, dude, there is a man-pad team. I'm going to start climbing again so that we can get some good look down, shoot down.
Roger. I'm just going to change my my PTT binding because it's messing with some of my other stuff.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, Callie, welcome.
I'm rolling in for a low pass. Passing overhead you right now.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, we've got eyes on the village.
5 o'clock. Searching. Missile.
Quick radio check, Mav.
Forward right.
5x5.
Shilka spike. Sam launch.
Sam.
Fives also.
Alright, slave to me when you can. Yeah, behind this smoke is something came up.
Slave.
Alright, stay on that smoke. Alright, we're seeing where the launch came from, we're just manoeuvring.
Missile. Left.
Sam, middle of the village.
See it?
Alright, dude, see, right, so just left of that tower. See the buildings just up to the left there? I can see it right in there, dude, zoom in there.
Yeah, but
There's the man-pad team. If you hit the truck, we'll kill the man-pad. Jedi 1-1, visual on the man-pad closest to the largest smoke. We're engaging with Hellfire.
Roger.
So get your eye. Good job, dude, good job. Alright, give me the range and call firing.
Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching.
range 5-6. Fire.
Jedi 1-1, rifle. Make sure you have big box. Make sure the laser's on before you fire. There you go.
Missile. Forward right.
Sam.
Missile. Aft right.
Was on me, I'm hit.
Searching.
Still flying.
Missile. Forward right.
Alright, good hit, dude, good hit. Jedi,
Turning in, engaging Shilka.
Jedi, no visual on those SAMs coming up. Alright, bro, I seen the, if you slave to me, I seen the man-pad launch come up.
Forward right.
Somewhere down in there where you're looking, just have a little look around. So slave again, there you go.
Yeah, visual.
Can't lock up the harm.
You got it? Oh, dude, that's a brilliant spot. Alright, hold on. So, I'm going to climb a little bit so you can get a better... I want you to hit the truck, and that should kill the infantry around it.
That Raccoon just got shot down by Manpad in the western city.
Roger, we didn't see the launch coming up. We're targeting the Manpad team in the eastern city, and then we'll switch. Alright, get your IAT on the truck when you can, Cyclic. Fire the laser.
Set.
And call firing, give me the range.
Firing 7 kilometers.
Jedi 1-1 rifle, Manpad. Remember, fire the laser. There you go. So always try and make sure, visually verify that you have big box before you fire. If you get in the habit of firing the weapon before you fire the laser, we can sometimes be out of gimbal limits, especially if your head's down looking in the TADs and you don't really see what the aircraft aspect is to the target.
Yeah, got it. Honestly, mate, it's just that I've got some binding things that are interfering. I just need to quickly change.
Yeah, no worries, dude. No worries. You're doing a great job.
That should hopefully stop it, because I was getting into like linear motion control at the same time.
Yeah. Perfect. Alright, did you get... Was that a shack? Sorry, I was looking at the CMOS.
Hey, firm.
Alright, I'm going to just manoeuvre the aircraft, bro, because we have one of our guys has just been shot down from a Manpad team on the west side of the village, so I'm going to move us over there.
Roger.
999K way, SAM launcher, northeast city.
Alright, I'll climb up and start scanning this. Can you slave to me, just so I can get the FCR in the right area?
Slave.
D-slave, thank you. Alright, so if I bring up the radar now... We are scanning over there. Alright, I got a hit of use. In fact, this is a good... There you go. Yeah, so... Come up a bit and right.
MBT 1772.
Slave again.
Slaving.
Right. So if you don't see anything immediately, zoom out. Remember the golden rule. If we can't see, zoom out. There you go.
2 o'clock. Searching.
Right, I want you to get an IAT lock on this guy, and then we'll run through another tool for you. So probably best to engage LMC now, dude. Engage your linear motion compensator. Because we're moving. And then walk it on and just keep spamming IAT, and hopefully you'll get a lock.
Yeah, I got him.
You got him? Alright. So on mass screen...
BMP.
Roger, mass screen we're desynced. And it looks like you don't have them. So just keep your lock at the moment. That's just a DCS thing. That's nothing you're doing wrong. What I'm going to do is just position the aircraft, and I'm going to talk you through how we get around that. It's really difficult to do when we're moving. So I'm turning back into the target now. What's the range?
About 3.5.
Alright, so we are too close. So this is another good reason why, yeah, if you just see anything inside 4 kilometers when we're, even before we're firing, that's the danger zone for us for anti-tank missiles. So just, if anything's inside of 4 when you first laser it, just let me know and then I can move back a bit. See, now we're being laser ranged, something's going to take a shot at us, so I need to defend.
Still inside 4K, and there's a tower between us anyway, so it wouldn't work.
Oh, my game is so starry today. Alright, what I want, we're going to cover this. Remember I told you about we're going to link the FCR to the TADs. So I want you to press your acquisition source, but don't press any other option. Do you see FCR as an option there?
Correct.
Right, okay, so bear with me 1 second. Don't press it just yet.
6 o'clock. Searching.
Roger.
Alright, go ahead and slave. Alright, what I'm going to do now is just climb a little bit, and then once we get some hits on FCR, so I've got, so just what I want you to do, right, I'm linking the FCR now.
This is Tiger, I can make it low pass on the city.
So I want you to set your acquisition source to FCR.
Acquisition FDR set.
Yeah, now press the slave button. You see how that just slaves
Slaved.
straight to whichever the FCR is looking at. And I'll show you another really cool thing, right? So, de-slave now.
Affirm D-slave.
Alright, just let me find another target on the radar. So this is a really, really cool feature. This is what makes the Apache super deadly. We can get like literally on target so quick. So I want you to press the slave button again. Keep it slave. Don't de-slave this
Slaved.
time. Right, so
Yeah.
I'm now going to press my NTS button. And you see how it cycles
Yeah,
through
got
through
the tanks,
all the targets that the radar can see. So this is
Yeah.
such an OP way for us to get shots on target. So if you want to de-slave,
D-slave range is 4.5k, by the way.
copy, Roger. Now remember your good CRM. So anytime that you switch out of PHS on your acquisition source to go to another source, for example FCR, you want to then switch back to PHS in case something starts shooting at us or I see something
I get it.
that I need you to engage with the TADS.
Low flying.
Roger, back on PHS.
Roger. Alright, lays target, call firing, tell me the range. Jedi 11 rifle BMP BTR.
Searching. Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching.
Hey Mystic, thank you so much, dude. That's very kind. Thank you for your kind words. Ronald De Bruin with a question. What did you do to your radar to detect items so fast? I almost have to be on top of them before it will show enemies. Angle is not altered. I'm not doing anything, bro. I'm not doing anything. I think it helps that the targets are out in the open. Alright, Cyclic slave to me for those tanks.
Laser ranging.
Slave.
12 o'clock.
Alright, I'm defending because we're being laser ranged again. I think one of those tanks is looking at us.
Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching.
Hey Lee, welcome brother, welcome. Alright guys, again, just to reiterate, we are flying with a real world air ambulance pilot sitting in the front seat. If you have any questions about what it's like to be an air ambulance pilot in the UK, or any questions about the aircraft that he flies, what his day-to-day job is like, and what a typical day is, stuff like that, feel free to chuck them in the chat and I will pass them on to him as we are doing the flight. Alright, so again, zoom out brother, if you're kind of, anytime you're kind of not sure 100% where you're looking, always zoom out.
Roger.
Get your bearings. Right, I'm moving aft just to get us out of laser range of those tanks. Ped says we just need you to get on Flight Sim and show us how he does HEMS. Yeah, he does fly HEMS on Flight Sim. So I'm hoping that you've just upgraded your PC, Cyclic, haven't you? So you might be able to stream for the masses soon.
Yeah, I've streamed a couple of times, but I'm not much of a presenter or personality, so it's incredibly dull whatever I put out, to be fair.
No, I think, dude,
Magnum
the
HQ7.
people are just going to enjoy watching a real world professional do what he does on
Magnum
Flight Sim. Alright bro, we're going to cover a new thing now. So what I want you to do, right, is I'm just going to get the aircraft nice and stable and I'm going to show you another little trick with the image auto track, okay? So just bear with me while I sort this hover out. So what I want you to do is I want you to unselect that IAT lock that you have.
Done.
Hold on, while I sort my life out here. Alright, so we're going to fire at the tank on the left and the right. So I want you to look at the right tank and get an IAT lock.
Yeah.
You don't need LMC for this.
Done.
Now I want you to... Hold on while I get the fucking shitty autopilot. Come on. Now I want you to move the cursor over to the left tank and then get another IAT lock.
Done.
Right, so what we're going to do, right, is... So we're going to shoot at the guy on the left first. I want you to wait 5 seconds and then shoot a second missile, so we have 2 birds in the air. When the first missile impacts, I want you to press the IAT OTS button and the camera will automatically slave to the target on the right. Keep the laser held at all times. So get the laser on.
Okay, doke.
You got big box
There,
there?
there's 5.5k.
Roger. Jedi 1-1 rifle
Fire.
×2 enemy T-72s. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fire. Right, so remember, when the first weapon hits, keep your finger on the laser and press IAT OTS.
Roger.
Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Searching.
Oh,
Bad bindings, mate. 'Cause I'm
That's
using
a-
like mod.
that's all good, dude. That's all good. But basically what would happen there is the camera will automatically slave over to the next one. So once you get your bounding sort out, we can try that another day once you get... So the front seat is not that difficult. The difficult part about the front seat is remembering all the combinations for the keybinds. Once you get a couple of hours practice doing that, yeah, it really is very straightforward. But that's just like a quick demonstration of how you would go about doing a multiple IAT lock. We can actually do up to 3 targets like that. So we had like 3, or I think it maybe even 4 targets all close together like that. That's a really good way for... say for example the situation would be that we need to engage these targets while we're on the move. We could get an IAT on 3 of the targets. Hey Mr. McGee! We could get an IAT on 3 of the targets, then I could start chucking the aircraft around doing really aggressive maneuvers while you're firing the missiles off and guiding them. And as these missiles coming down, you just cycle the IAT button and it will automatically track to the next target, so you don't need to worry about manipulating the TDAC to get shot.
Yeah, so I've got my binding set up from the Chuck's guides, but I find that, you know, for instance, they're doing that sort of IAT offset thing to go back, because I'm using the paddle and the trigger for a laser as well on the HOTAS. It's just too many buttons clicked at once, and it wouldn't work. So I've just put an actual keyboard binding for the laser now,
Nice.
which should hopefully be a bit better.
So one thing I recommend Cyclic, which might sound a little bit sacrilege, is to actually buy an Xbox controller, dude. I use an Xbox controller for the front seat, and it sounds arcadey, but it is absolutely perfect for doing the front seat in the Apache. It's really easy to manipulate the controls left and right, up and down, and you can use the buttons on the top of the Xbox controller with your index finger. Go ahead and shoot that tank, by the way, for your modifiers, so you can change the buttons. Jedi 1-1 rifle T-72.
Range 5.8 firing. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've now just got the L key on the keyboard, which seems to be doing the job.
Yeah.
Roll it. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, I am climbing so that we can try and get a line of sight on this man pad. Alright, good hit, dude, good hit. Right, so have a little scan around and see if you can identify a man pad in that town somewhere. So probably better to start looking around initially in Fleur. Mr. McGee says, are we teaching an air medic to take life from the air as well? Yeah, the irony, guys. We have a guy in the front seat that saves lives in real life from the air, and now we're teaching them how to take lives from the air.
6 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 8 o'clock. Searching.
It's always better to have a varied skill set, I guess.
Yes.
Is it in this town, the man pads?
Yes. So somewhere where you're looking right now and to the right. So that's it. So this is good behaviour there, dude, where you zoomed out. So zoom out and just have like a quick look around, because we might just get lucky. It might just stand right out at us.
Yeah.
And then you want to start doing like
Obvious, yeah.
a sectional check. So we know that the man pad's going to be near a truck. So we're looking for, and we know that he's in like a kind of an open area in the city as well. So yeah, we're looking for like an area, maybe like a park or something, or just somewhere that's a little bit more open. I am still climbing, so the line of sight into there should get better and better. Yeah, checking around about those industrial buildings.
Roland. 6 o'clock. Searching.
I'll scan the FCR down there.
Roger.
Holy shit, that was... Dude, it's funny how the F-16 can sometimes look like a Typhoon.
Alright.
Fixed wing. 9 o'clock. Searching.
That's Pyromaniac, the goddamn buster. Alright, I'm not getting any hits on FCR.
I'm not saying.
Yeah. Alright, bro, I'm going to keep climbing. I need to go AFK for just 30 seconds and run into the kitchen. I'll be right back. Just you keep scanning around, okay?
No stress.
Cheers.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 5 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 5 o'clock. Searching. Roland. 6 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, brother, the kettle is on.
Roger. Nothing found.
Copy. Oh, Mac Vision!
Looking for the...
Sorry, on you go, mate. Mac Vision, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription for 44 months. That is outrageous, Mac. Thank you so much, bro. Hugely appreciate that, dude. Alright, I'm going to go forward. I'm scanning with FCR. If I get any hits, I will let you know.
Roger. I'm just widening the search a little bit because I've looked over the east side of that, the south side of that town plenty now.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just going to creep forward slowly at about 40 knots.
Roland. 7 o'clock. Searching.
Alright, slave to me, I got a hit.
Slaved.
Dude, that's lightning. Awesome, that is perfect. Alright, see him?
Confirm target.
Yep. If you just check on daytime, we'll just... So it's always a kind of good idea, especially if we are flying in the day, is just to flick the camera back to day and just identify what it is if it's not 100%. But yeah, go ahead and hit him. Jedi 1-1 rifle enemy T-72 on the docks. Right, weapons away, tracking. Right, I'll bring us into a hover here. Good shot. Alright, slave. Yeah, yeah, there he is, fuck him up, dude. Jedi 1-1 visual, manpad team, dockside, rifle.
Range 5.6. Fine.
Roger. Alright, laser, there you go.
I looked away, pressed the wrong button.
No,
Look again.
no worries, slave again.
Slave. Fire. 5.5.
Copy. Rifle. That's going to be a great kill. Look at all the infantry standing around.
Manpads in there too.
Yep.
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Yeah, Socio. That is on the list, dude. Socio saying we need to
Jedi nuts.
show the store. Nuts, Jedi.
You guys see that T-72 just north of the manpad you struck on the docks?
We're not at this time, but we'll have a look.
Got him.
Okay, we
By the big burning building.
we got a visual on him now. We're going to go ahead and engage. Just give us 1 minute. We're just going to run through some training stuff and then we'll fire. Alright, dude, so...
Will that tower be a problem, mate? There's a tower between us and him.
I'm just drifting right now, dude. I'm translating right to make sure we don't
Roger.
hit that. Alright, bro, so I'm going to teach you another thing. So I want you to laze the target. Oh, in fact, you probably don't have this button bound. Do you have your laser store buttons bound?
Maybe, but I'll have to go check them.
Alright, hold on 1 second. Let me just... I need to get the autopilot on so that I can... check what the name of it is for you. Alright, there's the hover.
Rolling. 7 o'clock. Searching.
Ah, for fuck's sake. I hate the autopilot in this thing. It is absolutely shit. Alright, there's the hover. Hold it. Alright, fuel's getting low, but that is okay.
Fixed wing. 12 o'clock.
Right, so what you're looking for, my friend, is...
7 o'clock.
if you search LHG space store. Lima Hotel Golf space store.
Yeah, I've got it. I think I've just stored it. That tank as target 2.
Nice one. Right, so what I want you to do is look at select IAT. I want you to look away from him.
Yeah.
Right, so you've still got an IAT bound, which is why you can't move it all the way over. So look back at him. If you press IAT OTS, it'll go back. So press your secondary IAT switch.
Yeah, done that.
Alright. Just look at him for me a second. Alright, no, it's not locked. Alright, so yeah, look away from him. Now I want you to, on the TSD page, I want you to press, you should be in attack mode. I want, on the top button, the top row, I want you to press coords.
Yeah.
Do you see T2 in there?
Yeah.
Press T2.
Done.
Alright, now in your, if you look in the bottom right, your acquisition should say T2, yeah?
FM.
Alright, press the slave button. So the slave's a little bit
Close
off.
enough, I must have done it.
No, so someone said to me there's a bit of a bug in DCS with this version that the stored lasers are always off where they should be. But that's how, if we say we seen a target from 10 kilometers away, we would laser and store them and then maybe get a little bit closer and then you could slave the camera back to where that guy was. But really, as on an advanced level as a CPG, go ahead and shoot this guy while I'm blethering away, by the way. Jedi
Roger.
1-1 rifle.
Searching.
T72
Firing
on the dock.
5.7.
Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching.
So on an advanced CPG level, ideally, it might sound a bit overkill, but when we arrive at a position and we're scouting out the area, you should ideally be lasing and storing every single target that you see. So that if we have to defend and come, or well, maybe not every single target, but certainly all the high air defense threats and things like that, it's good behaviour to just keep. But turn the laser on. It's good.
Yeah, that was unsuccessful because I fucked it up. Basically.
No worries.
Apologies for language.
That's all right. Go ahead. You're fine. Don't say fuck or bugger. All right. Go ahead and engage.
Lasing 5.6 firing.
Gotcha. Rifle. Because we can always delete these target waypoints. So basically, what good CRM is. We want to laze and store almost every target that we see, and then when we're flying back to base or when we're repositioning, you would just go through your coordinates list and delete those targets.
Right, gotcha, yeah.
Alright, we have one missile left.
Jedi nuts, there's a road going north out of that industrial dock complex. Right where it meets the breakwater wall is in the T-main.
Jedi, Roger, stand by. Alright, did you hear that?
No relay.
So zoom back out and look at the tank. He said there's a road going north from there. And there's a T90 somewhere. Nuts, Jedi. Just confirmed from the target we just shacked. It's
Found it.
north. Alright, we found them. We got them. Alright, Jedi 1-1 rifle T72. So laser on. You might not get big box here. No, you do. Good job.
Range 6k.
Go ahead.
Fire.
Alright, that is our last weapon, champ.
Fixed wing. 11 o'clock. Searching.
We've regained control.
Oh, that was the last target.
Man.
That was the very last target. Good job.
Station RTB.
Jedi off station RTB.
Nice.
Nice. Mission successful, bro. Awesome. Awesome shooting. Alright, so I want to...
Thanks very much for the help, man. I really appreciate it.
No, you're very welcome. Just, I want to run through one more thing with you, bro, so that we get these waypoints sorted out. I think we might run out of fuel before we get back to base here. Bear with me one sec. Get these pylons off. So I just want to run through how to add in waypoints to the route again, okay? So I want you basically do... I'm going to talk you through... Hold on one second. I'm just getting a range check to see what's closer. That is 42 miles. That is 38 miles. Yeah, we want to go for this one. Right, so I want you to open up the F10 map and see the little blue box that is north of Kish. In fact, hold on, we have a helifob.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, up here. Alright, see helifob, do you see that?
Yep.
Right, left alt and then mouse click so you get the coordinates up for helifob.
Yeah, got it.
Alright, now walk through the process with me, okay? I want you to
Okay.
go to TSD.
Yeah.
Press point.
Yeah.
Then add, and then ident on the top of it. Make sure you're in nav mode.
Roger, I've got it. So is it adding as a waypoint, yeah?
Yeah, affirm. Now if you look at your keyboard unit now, it should say ident.
Yeah.
Alright, press enter, and then press enter again past 3 until you get to the MGRS coordinates.
Yeah, got him.
Now enter it. So remember that we only take the first 4 digits of the 2 numbers in the sequence. So it'll say like
Understood.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just add in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just then add in 1, 2, 3, 4.
That should be correct.
All right.
Done.
When you press enter, a good way to check if it's correct is if the altitude matches. So
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
it does, right? All right, perfect. So press enter again, and it should now say up on the
Yeah.
top left of it should say waypoint 3 there.
FM.
Right, okay. Now unselect point and select route
Yeah.
on the bottom row.
Done.
Press add and go to the keyboard unit
Yeah.
and type whiskey 3 and press enter. Now when you see, and it should say whiskey 3 on the top left of the TSD now.
It does, yeah.
Now box it so it's got a box around it, and then click on
Yeah.
the right where it says end.
Done.
Nice, you see waypoint 3's in there now?
Yeah.
Now unbox add on the left and click and box direct, select whiskey 3.
Direct reset.
Perfect, mate, perfect. That's how we add waypoints. So so you'll understand this. So what we're doing is we're adding waypoints into the aircraft, and then we're adding those waypoints into the route. Just because we've added a waypoint into the aircraft does not mean it's in our route page.
Right, got it. Yeah, there's just a few more steps that I wasn't familiar with, like what to box and where to put it. So that's explained it really well. I appreciate it, mate.
No worries at all. Yeah, a lot of people trip up on that because they think, well, hey, I've added the waypoint in. Why can't I see it? Because all you've done is added the waypoint into the aircraft's database. You then need to insert that waypoint into the aircraft's route profile.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm a lazy HEMS pilot, so I just go direct to everything.
Yeah. So down on the bottom right of the TSD, you'll see that it says EN14. That's actually our endurance.
Yeah.
So luckily the FARP is only 9 minutes away. We only have 14 minutes of fuel.
What speed are we doing now?
We're doing 128 knots. We'll be there in 9 minutes.
Yeah, so you could probably back off down back to 80 knots and get a bit more endurance.
Yeah, I'm happy though because we have 13 minutes of fuel and it's a 9-minute flight time, and I'm pretty confident I can land straight away, so we'll be okay.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know that was a lot thrown at you pretty early, but that is pretty much everything, dude. There's some other stuff that you can learn with data link and things, but in terms of operating a single ship Apache, we've pretty much covered everything, dude. The only other thing we didn't touch on, obviously, was the radar hellfires, but that is basically that is just a piece of piss. All we do is get the FCR on, and then whatever the NTS is what the weapon's going to go at. So we just basically fire, NTS, fire, NTS, fire, and that's it. So, but they can be quite hit or miss, the radar hellfires, which is why I actually prefer using the FCR with the laser hellfire than using the FCR with the radar hellfire.
Roger. Yeah, I think half of it is I've gone and changed a few bindings that weren't working for me, so then it just becomes trying to memorise what the hell I've done. Because I've just had a bit of finger trouble, and that's why I've missed a few. Yeah,
just like a 16-year-old boy. But like I said, if you get an Xbox controller, dude, I can get you set up with what my bindings are on the Xbox. It's a lot easier than kind of jumping around the keyboard and jumping around the whole cast and stuff like that. So, yeah. So Big Ben Jones asking on Twitch, have you been to any precarious HEMS landings in your career? I already know the answer to that because you sent me a couple of pictures of some of your landings, but do you want to answer that?
Yeah. I'd probably preface by saying something a bit cheesy, which is they're almost all precarious. The job is putting a helicopter no one's ever put a helicopter before, and working it out all within about 20 seconds. So there's always risk to everything, and it's about sort of just mitigating it, really. But yeah, done some fairly precarious landings, like lots of slopes, especially in mountainous areas, cliffs, that sort of thing. Trying to balance skids and wheels on just small rocks because that's all you've got. But you try and keep it safe, obviously. But sometimes there is quite a lot of need for the medics. There are times when you'll just throw one out because that's all you can do, and then go and reposition to somewhere safer to land.
So would that be like, for example, on a slope, just getting one skid on the ground, for example, and getting somebody out and then flying away? Yeah, it could be something like that. You've got to be careful about the definition of dropping articles in flight and being landed. But that is possible some places. There's a little bit of there was a Channel 4 show a few years ago, which the unit I was flying with had a camera person with us for a while, and you don't see it on the telly. But I did land on one part, and it was out of slope limits. You can't really see it on the show, but the aircraft started to slide. Oh wow!
So we had to go pick it up and put it elsewhere.
Yeah.
So a bit of behind the scenes of a TV show. So we landed it somewhere else. And in the show, it just shows us as going, oh, this isn't so great, and picking up and going somewhere else. But it was sometimes you got to give it a shot. You put it down, and you don't really ever know the slope until you try and start to drop the collective and see how the aircraft settles.
Yeah.
HEM's aircraft are quite small, so even a small divot, a small rock can suddenly really change the slope profile of the landing.
Yeah, so Cyclic is not only a superstar helicopter pilot, he's actually a TV personality as well. He's been on TV. What was the name of the show again?
It was Emergency Helicopter Medics.
Emergency Helicopter Medics. And do you know which because we've watched it on YouTube. Do you know what episode it was that you're in?
Oh, I want to say either season 2 or 3, so episode 6 something. I am in a few of them. That particular one where the slope landing was tricky, episode 6 of one of them. It's following a job that takes place up in the Peak District.
Nice. Yeah, I remember me and my girlfriend watched it after you told us about it. We went and watched the episode, but that's super cool that you were on TV doing your job as well, dude. That's awesome. Oh, we got 200 pounds of fuel.
Yeah, this is where you work out how good your fuel readings are.
Yeah.
Hello, motherfucker.
Luckily, and hey, Daz. Luckily in DCS it's never off. I know in real life it can be a bit hit or miss, but yeah, in DCS we don't have any failures. We the fuel levels are always right, so I got high confidence it will be okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, in most larger aircraft, even the lower the fuel you get, the less accurate it becomes.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that you've put the waypoint in correctly. Otherwise,
we're all about to find out, aren't we?
Otherwise, we're landing in the desert. Hey, what's up, Alex? Welcome, dude. Thanks for joining us. First time chatter on the channel. Welcome.
I am seeing a group of small buildings or something.
Let's have a look at what you're looking at. Yeah, that's it.
On tabs.
Yeah. So you could slave to that. So see if you go to press it on TSD, go to chord, and you'll see your targets this time. Press waypoints on the left.
Yeah.
Box waypoint 3, and then acquisition will be waypoint 3. Yeah. Just press the slave button now, and it slaves to wherever you put that waypoint.
Pretty close.
Yep.
So it's listed that as target 4, so it should work then as well.
Raj. Yeah, if you just yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, this is something I was going to ask you actually. Is there a stow position to set for the gun? Because obviously, if you had it like dangling down, you wouldn't want it cracking as you came into land somewhere.
Yes. So basically, what we do is we turn. So I unselect the gun. So I usually always have the gun in the back seat. So if you look at the gun, if you go to press F2. And look at the gun, you see the gun's looking out to the right?
1 and 8, Pico.
Yeah, I'm going to unselect it now. And is it?
So if you DWAS the gun, it stows itself.
Exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
One of the things you have to be careful, especially if you have ground override on, which is what we have at the moment. If you land with the gun WASD and look down, the gun can actually lift the air, not in DCS, but in real life the hydraulics on the gun are so powerful that if they landed with the ground override on, gun WASD and looked down, it would actually lift the front of the aircraft off the ground.
Yeah. Bad times, I imagine.
Yeah.
Big cake fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, what's up, John Fezza? Welcome. Hope you're going to take this here ambulance buster out in the 145. Dude, I'm hoping he takes me out in the 145. He's actually, he flies the Augusta 109 at the moment, but he's type rated on the 145. He's just changed from flying the 145 in Wales He's just been. How does that work, dude? Did you move house for that, or were you travelling to Wales, or?
No, yeah, I was travelling. I was
Right.
I was just commuting,
Right.
sort of 4 days on, 4 days off.
So how does that work with you change? Because I'd imagine that you get do you get is it like a nationwide air ambulance employer, and they just move you around regions as they need you, or do you work for a certain county?
No, so everywhere does it slightly differently. Some places will employ a company with 145s like Gamma Aviation or Babcock. Some places will use 169s, which actually, funnily enough, is now mostly Gamma Aviation as well.
Right.
Because SAS, who used to run the 169s, ceased to exist. There's a couple of other 169 operators like Castle Air and Heli Service. The 109s are operated by which do TAS, the Air Ambulance Service, and Northern Ireland. That's a company called Sloan Helicopters that operates them. Or some charities employ their pilots directly and own their own aircraft.
Yeah, like SCA. I know the
that would be
Scottish
like-
Charity Air Ambulance do that.
So Scottish Charity Air Ambulance is Babcock,
Oh right.
and the Scottish Ambulance Service is Gamma.
Ah, of course, yeah.
But places that employ their own pilots and own their own aircraft would be like Yorkshire Air Ambulance, London Air Ambulance, Thames Valley's changing to do that soon, that sort of thing. So it's a bit of a mix, but effectively there is no overwhelming sort of authority on any of this stuff.
So how does it work? So you flew the H145 in Wales. How did you end up in? Is it Lincoln? It's called.
Yeah, so I'm back in the East Mids now. So doing everything from sort of Coventry, sort of Warwickshire all the way up to the North Peak district.
Yeah. So how does
so I
that
used
work?
to, so when I worked for Gamma, when I worked for the Wales Air Ambulance, I worked for Gamma. That was my employer. But I was you're effectively seconded to specific clients. So if you're in oil and gas and I work for Bristow, one day I might fly for Chevron, the next day I'd fly for Petronas, or whatever. But
Right, I get it.
the way it works with air ambulances is because it's so important to have an understanding of your local patch. You have what's called base pilots and then floater pilots. So a base pilot, like I would fly out of Swansea, and that's where I was. I worked for Gamma, but my job role was Swansea base pilot. I only fly out of there. You have other places. So when I used to fly, and actually, well, kind of what I do now is I'm a floater.
Refueling complete.
So I'm really familiar with the Midlands, but it means that I'm not specifically out of the Helimed 5-4 base or the Helimed 5-3 base. I could be at either, and I'll just move around the country and fly the 109s for my employer wherever the charity need me. So it's slightly different.
That's really cool, yeah. So I didn't realise that you are, like, that's how it works. That makes perfect sense. You're employed by Gamma. They send you wherever their clients need you, rather than, like, you're not employed by the Midlands Air Ambulance. Is that right?
Complete.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Yeah. If you were employed by, say, Yorkshire Air Ambulance, then you would only ever fly for them. But if you think Babcock or Gamma have a lot of contracts all over the place, so they'll have base 169 pilots, say down in Red Hill, flying for Kent, Surrey, Sussex.
Yeah.
But they'll have a pool of 10 floaters. So when people go on leave, people go sick, then there'll be someone who might have just done some flying down in Dorset, and then his next rotation he'll be over in Red Hill. And so those guys, they're really experienced. They've got loads of good knowledge of the job, but they'll usually rely on either the paramedics they're flying with or the co-pilots they're flying with to provide that little bit of extra local knowledge for when they're doing the HEMS.
Copy. Snebeggs is asking, have you ever flown, I think that's East Anglia, EAAA, East Anglia Air Ambulance, I think that's what that stands for?
No, never flown for EAAA. I did used to live in Norfolk and used to work in Norfolk out to the oil rigs. And I've got lots of close friends that have been working at EAAA for a long time.
Nice.
They very much enjoy flying there. I'll be brutally honest though, I like a good hill in my patch though.
Yeah. So Midlands is quite flat though, like, cause you're based like 10 miles from where I live. I do see you guys flying over my house quite a lot. What's a typical kind of, if you can say there's a typical one, but I'd imagine you're not going to many mountain rescues in the West Midlands, or am I totally wrong?
No, but Coventry is the sister aircraft to the Derbyshire Leicestershire Air Ambulance up based near Nottingham. So the Coventry aircraft will go up to the Peak District. That's not
right.
uncommon.
Fantastic.
It's one of the reasons I really enjoy this patch here, and I really enjoyed the patch in Wales, is you get a really good mix of very dense urban with Coventry and Birmingham, Leicester, Derby, Nottingham, but then you get pretty flat rural areas like Warwickshire, and then you've got some nice mountains up in the Peak District. Same with Wales, you've got dense urban like Swansea and Cardiff, and then you'll be landing in the middle of the city, and then your next job will be picking someone off the top of a mountain, and it keeps life a bit more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I live in Warwickshire, as you know, and I live in a very flat part of Warwickshire. There's not really many hills. There certainly isn't any mountains. I've always wondered, what a typical call is.
Well, could be anything. Could be road traffic collision. Could be someone just having a medical event that puts them into cardiac arrest. Violent assaults. Could be anything. You never know. Although, whilst it is quite flat, round where you live and around that part of the patch in Warwickshire, mate, it suddenly feels not flat at all when you are stuck down at 450, 500 feet and about 800 meters visibility.
Yeah,
Suddenly every little lump that used to look like nothing is suddenly quite a big hill that you've got to navigate and get around.
Flying through the Alps in Warwickshire.
Yeah, we had last week had a tasking out to Worcester, and the entire trip was done as low as we could legally allow, probably back at about 60 knots, picking our way through some pretty terrible weather, identifying a bit as we're flying along here now. Got the paramedic calling like wires, height 200 feet, range 300 meters, tower right side, valley coming up ahead, that sort of thing. That sort of cadence.
And how much CRM is involved on their part? Because obviously they're not trained pilots, but I know that they go through specialist training to be able to operate in the aircraft. And at times they have to really help you, like you say, when you're flying low with all these call outs and stuff like that. How much are they involved in the flying part of the aircraft?
Yeah, they're super involved, mate. I consider myself really fortunate enough that I'm a trainer as well, so I teach paramedics and doctors how to fly in HEMS, and I'm part of their CRM training and moulding them into what we need. So to give an example, that flight there was really tough. A lot of communication. It's very short, sharp, and succinct.
Yep. Very
important information. Every sort of, every 10, 15 seconds he would read out rad out height. Means I can keep my eyes out looking for obstacles. I'm not scanning inside looking for my rad out to make sure I'm at the right height. And even in that flight, actually, we're flying along and got a master caution, which isn't uncommon in a 109 when it's been raining that heavily. But that meant that he's the guy that gets into the cards, and he's the guy that reads out the right emergency checklist, guides me through the buttons and switches to press, and how they react, how they speak, their cadence is really important, because I'm flying along, I'm busy, I'm looking out.
Yep.
I'm under a very high workload, and suddenly yellow flash, master caution. I look in, see what the issue is, tell him to go to the book, and we debrief these things. And one of the things that this particular guy was great at is he opened the book and he didn't say anything for 5 seconds. He just brought the speed at which we were trying to accomplish things right back.
Yeah.
And make sure we're not rushing. And this is all really, really just little, CRM points that you can add so much sort of stability to the cockpit in what is otherwise a really quite dynamic and high workload environment.
Yeah, because normally when you really need CRM, bad CRM is going to inject just chaos into the situation. Whereas, like you say, good CRM, if someone's just composed and just takes their time a little bit, slows down and takes a breath, that can really make the difference between turning a bad situation into a good situation. But if you flip that around, someone can make a bad situation even worse by over injecting in the language that they're using, or even panicking.
Yeah, exactly. There's very little that's going to go wrong in 10 seconds that will kill you.
Yeah.
So if you can just take 10 seconds just to calm yourself, look around, properly diagnose the problem, then that's far, far safer.
Mr. McGay's asked a great question on Twitch. Do you have to be trained as a medic, or are you pilot only?
Yeah, so I get this question a fair bit from the public, and I'll always say that I am just the pilot. But that being said, we are first aid trained, and we have a really intimate knowledge of the processes of our crew and the kit that they use and what they'll want to use next. So the way I'd say it is there's two times where a pilot's useful. One is you get to a job and it's remote and it's just the three of you, doctor, paramedic, pilot. If the pilot puts his hands in his pockets and doesn't want anything to do with it, that's fine. No one will ever force a pilot to be involved with the medical side. Me personally, I like to be involved with the crew. I've learnt a lot over the years from them, and I will get involved with the care of the patient at their direction. That could be CPR, that could be drawing blood, that could be mixing a saline solution to rig to their catheters, whatever it is, their cannula, sorry, whatever it is that they need. But the place where I find that we really come in useful isn't so much in helping them, the medics, with an extra hand. It's on those really chaotic scenes like road traffic collisions where there's fire engines, there's 3 or 4 fire engines, there's ambulances everywhere, there's police everywhere, there's crash cars, there's traffic, and you're sort of standing there and you're getting the overview. Your medics are really focused on the care of this single patient, and you'll realise that actually where you are, they'll probably want to load this patient. They're so unstable, they'll take them by land, not by air. Well, that means they're going to put them on that ambulance over there, and that ambulance has got no way out. They can't get out of the crash scene now. So before they even think about it, we'll go to the fire guys, get them to move their trucks, get the police to move their trucks, clear traffic, and basically means when they turn around and go, right, we want to go to hospital, the cab's ready to go.
The road's open.
Yeah.
It's all about saving lives, and like you say, if you stand there with your hands in your pockets or get involved to help save the patient.
Yeah, I mean, my general mantra for everything is something an old Navy pilot taught me years ago, which is the KISS system, which is keep it simple, stupid.
That's right, yeah.
Right, you don't reinvent the wheel. The whole point of it is, the first primary point of HEMS now is no longer getting the patient to hospital. It's actually delivering the crew their specialist kit and their specialist skills.
I see that on my streams as well. It's about getting the hospital to the patient, not the patient to the hospital.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you're there, you need to get the patient to the hospital. So any way you can make that easier, make that simpler for your guys, and make their day easier, that's what we're there to do. We're there to facilitate their needs.
Yeah. Alright, brother, we're just about to unmask over this next ridgeline, and we should be able to see the target from here. So if you want to get your go ahead, and you've already got the missiles up. We'll bring the TADs in front of us. Yeah. Now I've selected it as waypoint 4, so if you want, you could slave to waypoint 4.
Don't mind.
I'm just going to creep and peep over this ridgeline here. So that's you, Slane. So yeah, nice one. So now as soon as we unmask, you're going to be looking into the area straight away. I'm just going to get a bit of ground effect here, dude, because we're hot and high. There we go, ground effect is helping me out. Right, I'll start scanning with the radar. I don't think we're getting any hits from here just yet. Alright, we don't have line of sight, so I'm going to go west. Because ideally I want to stay up here so we got some good look down, shoot down. So I'll just keep translating. In fact, I'll actually just fly over here. Get this done a bit faster.
Roger. Do you remember the ridgeline approach trick I was talking about?
Yeah, approach at a 45-degree angle in case you need to bail out.
Yeah, so weather-wise is obviously what I use that in HEMS, is approach, if you're low level, approach ridgelines at 45 degrees. It means that if there's bad weather you can't continue, it's only a short turn left and not 180 degree Hail Mary back out of there. Probably quite similar to unmasking as well. You suddenly realise you're getting pegged, you just turn away quite quickly and get back down.
That's actually a great idea, dude. Alright, do you want to zoom in there and see if you can see anything, and then give me a range if you can see
Yeah,
anything?
there's a couple.
2 and 6, 3 o'clock, searching. 2 and 6, 3 o'clock, searching.
Range is 8k.
Copy. Alright, we're running range here. I'll just perch up on this bit on the left.
Missile, forward right.
Something shooting at us.
2 and 6.
Right, dude, I think we've just
I
been
think it's
shot.
us. Have we got any friendlies around here?
Negative. No, we're getting shot at right now. I think a Tunguska shot at us.
Oh, I hate those things, man.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking deadly. Tingley, welcome along, Tingley. Sorry, dude, I've been busy flying. He flies for the, what's it called? Is it West Mids?
I'm currently flying for what's called the Air Ambulance Service, which is Warwickshire, Northamptonshire, and Derbyshire, Leicestershire, Rutland.
The Jed's asks, would you not stop doing CPR as a pilot to not fatigue yourself after a bit?
Yeah, most people don't spend longer than 2 minutes on the chest.
Watch.
Yeah, and you've got to keep it sensible. You don't do anything which is going to overly tire you out, or even you got to look after your mental health as well. So
Yeah.
I've got some rules I stick by, the things I won't do and I will do, and the crew are always fine with any of that. And those little rules keep me safe mentally as well.
Alright, brother, we are creeping and peeping.
Let's see.
2 and 6, 12 o'clock, searching.
Alright, we are being painted by the Tunguskas, so if you unslave and again, remember, zoom out, have a look around.
Yeah, looking
So slave to me, there's
for this. It's good.
targets a little bit closer down in this village. Slave to me when you can.
Slave.
So you remember you haven't changed back to PHS?
Yeah, sorry.
Been a very
Back on page.
been a very naughty boy. Alright, there should be stuff around that town, dude. These are the closest targets. Check the
Seen, yeah.
the side of the town closest to us. That's the furthest away side. So walk the camera down, brother. Walk it down towards us.
I think I just saw the Tunguska.
Copy. Check the front of the ridgeline. No, that's where the threat is coming from. There's one. Right, he's our high priority. We want to engage him. So fire the laser, see if you get big
5K.
box. Yeah, he's super close to it. He's going to shoot.
No big box yet.
Alright, so that's because we basically have the aircraft is pointing too high up for the laser to be seen by the missile. So I'm going to come aft a little bit. Oh, there's one thing we haven't done yet, which is low-al. We'll do some of that in a minute.
Yeah, I've lost Viz.
That's okay. Just keep your... I'm going to come up and I'm going to point the nose down. I just need to be able to back out if he shoots, so that's why I'm moving backwards a little
Yeah,
bit.
sure.
Alright, I'm just waiting on rotor RPM to climb us up. As soon as we get the target, laze, and I will point the nose down, fire as soon as you get big box. Jedi 1-1, we are engaging enemy Tunguska at Cha. Right, sorry dude, we're heavy, I'm just waiting on rotor RPM.
No stress, mate.
I'm just stuck here.
Yeah, it wouldn't help to maybe put in a little bit of right pedal.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere outside the ground effect at the moment, boss, unfortunately. Alright, I'll come forward. We'll just try it from here. Right, Laze. You ready?
Blazing and fire.
Alright, try and get the nose down. Alright, just fire. Fire now. The missile should get this.
2 and 6.
Alright, ceasefire, ceasefire.
Searching. 2 and 6, 12 o'clock, searching. Missile, left.
Any of you boys seen an aircraft carrier around?
Hey, Nipper's in the house. My brother from the same mother has joined us.
Engine one
Oh, shit.
Engine 1 out. Rotor RPM 5.
Alright, we've been hit, dude. Stand by. Fucking Tunguska at the back got us.
Missile, left.
And he's shooting at me again. The tail's been shot off. I've ditched the payload, should be able to recover this. Come on. Alright, brother, brace for impact.
Roger.
Ugh.
Rotor RPM high. Rotor RPM high.
Nicely done.
Sorry, man.
Oh no, mate. So as I was trying to fire, I looked, and the weapons were safed.
Ah, so I actually did also look at that, but the weapons were armed on my screen, so that's just like a bit of a desync between both seats. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a bug in DCS where you'll be saved, but I'll be armed. What probably, in hindsight, what would have been the best thing to do there is for you to laze and me to actually just fire the weapon, or you just send it out. But that's the thing we'll have to remember for the next flight, is just make sure we cycle the master arm switch. So even if it says it's on in the back seat, we'll just cycle it off and on again, so that that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's easy to get task saturated staring at the TAD, isn't it?
Yes.
And not looking at the other parts of your screen.
That's why I've said to you that it's so important that you laze first before you shoot, so that you can visually confirm you have big box, because you might be sending stuff away out to the left because the helicopter's looking too far to the right or something like that. But I think the only thing we didn't cover today was the lock-on after launch, which is definitely something we can do in the next set. If you want to make this a more regular thing, brother, I am more than happy to be your driver, and we can also swap seats, and you can fly me and I can sit in the front seat, and we can make this more a regular gig.
Yeah, be well up for that, mate. Absolutely.
Nice. I think I'm going to call it.
I'll get the Uber, shall I?
Yes. If you don't mind though, brother, I'm going to call it here. I've got to take my dog out again because I've got another stream at 12 o'clock that I need to get ready for. But I'm going to be available pretty much today, tomorrow, and Wednesday if you want to set something else back up, or even if you just get like an impromptu one where you know you've got a day off. Just give me a shout, dude, and we can set up another flight.
Yeah, I mean, my rota's a little bit all over the place, but I'm sure we can set things up. I'm around today, but then I'm completely full up for the rest of the week with shifts.
Right, okay, doke. I might be available later on this evening, if you find yourself around, but no pressure if not. But yeah, just reach out on Discord at any time, and we'll set something up.
Sounds good, mate. Yeah, really, thanks a lot for this, mate. Really appreciate it. I've learned loads.
No, you're welcome. I always enjoy showing new people the Apache, and yeah, it's just great to have a real world air ambulance pilot sitting in front of me, bro. The streamer saying great job as well. They were complimenting you. You picked it up really quickly, and I can wholeheartedly agree there. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us, dude, and thank you for answering all our questions. It's like I said, man, so good to have a real world pilot coming in and just giving us the insight into how you guys do your job, and thanks for doing your job as well, man. You're an absolute hero. You're a real world hero. Thank you for joining us.
Well, that's very kind to say. Well, yeah, thanks for helping, man, and really great to see that you're getting your community growing and your streams come so far, mate. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much, dude. All right, man. I will see you on the next one.
Cheers, bud.
Take care. Alright guys, that's going to do it for now. I've got another stream with Stone coming up at the top of the hour, so I'm going to take a quick break and get some bits and bobs done around the house. And I also need to restart my game as well. I need to restart my whole PC. The game is just stuttering. You guys have probably noticed that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. This will be something that we'll do more. We'll get CyclicHotline back on the stream, and he can answer more of your questions. And we'll also try and get a Hem stream with him as well, so he can properly run through what it's like to be a real world air ambulance pilot, and we can emulate his procedures that he's doing. Thank you so much to all the brand new followers that came through on the stream today on Twitch. Thank you for all the brand new subscribers that came through on YouTube. Thanks to Big Ben for the tier 1 for 13 months. Thank you so much for that. Thanks to Cat Weasel for the Prime. Thanks to Grabbers for the gifted tier 1 to Beyond. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and raid Raccoon. I think Raccoon is still streaming, guys, and you can keep the DCS vibes going, and I will see you guys for the next stream. Until we meet again, my friends, look after yourselves, your friends and your families. Top Gun and volleyball, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not Scott Manley. Fly safe.